Hi everyone, back again. This is second time I've done this today. Just kids are in bed. I've got an empty house, so I thought why not come back on here again. I'm on a bit of a roll at the moment, working through these, and I thought this might be a bit of a better time to be on here. Might be a few more people around, because it was about midday I think when I was on there earlier, and it was a bit quiet. So as I'm sure everyone's out of work and doing things. So yeah, I'm just back working through these. We're sort of slowly getting through these as part of a commission, and I am doing the faces and sort of finishing a few bits and pieces up before I start doing all the metallics. I have done a little bit of metallics on this one just as a test, kind of just to get an idea of the colours I'm using and stuff. But yeah, so it's going well. It's all good. It's all good. It's going well so far. So I'm probably just going to finish up this guy finish the face up and then start working on a few other bits on the arm and a few bits and bobs that need sorting out on all the other ones. So yeah, nothing super exciting, but as I'm going to be doing some painting anyway, I thought I might as well come on here and see if anybody wants to have a chat or whatever, and just show my face. As I've not had the opportunity to get any videos up recently. Currently, there is no one else on here, so I am talking to myself. That's fine. Nice to be here. Yeah, as I was sort of saying earlier on when I was on here, I have genuinely been enjoying this project. I think I've got through it pretty quickly as well, and I think that's really mainly because I've actually been enjoying it. Not that I don't, I tend to enjoy most of the things I'm working on, but I really have enjoyed this one, so that's why I've been kind of getting through it quite quickly, because I've not sort of it doesn't feel, no point has it felt like a chore. It's sort of getting through quite a decent speed anyway. I think it was on Sunday. It was about a week. So what's this Sunday? 3 days. So it's about 10 days, I think, at this point, and that's really just sort of working in the evenings after work and stuff. So it's all good. Is that Juju Sanchez? Is that how you pronounce that? So yeah, hello mate. Thank you. Thanks for commenting. Nice to have you here. Hope you are having a nice day or nice evening, depending what time it is wherever you are in the world. So I've sort of I don't know if anyone was on earlier this afternoon when I was on. I was sort of explaining I've basically had a day off today at home because my wife is at Wimbledon, so I've been on kid duties today and working on this commission as well. When I've had a few bit of spare time while she was asleep and stuff, so. And yeah, I would say I reckon I'm about, with the whole box, probably about, I don't know, maybe 2/3 of the way through the whole thing now. So it's going all right. Yeah, as little commission projects go, this has been a good one. Very nice models. So I'm going to get this guy's face finished up and then move on to something else. So I've basically been painting their faces, all the bear helmets, for the last sort of couple of evenings, so I need there's a few more that I need doing, but I need a break from that. I need to go do some of the other bits and pieces that I'm looking at on the walls and come back to finish the last of the faces later. It's a bit draining. But at least it's not as warm as it was last night. It was far too hot last night. How many doing a batch each time? Well, it depends. I've actually got 2 batch paints going on at the minute. So this is the entire. This one is the whole of the Space Wolves box that came out a few weeks back. That I'm doing in one go. And then I'm also doing like my own personal project at the moment as well, which is a Deathcore army, Deathcore Krieg army, and so I'm in the process of painting 50 infantry at the moment in one big batch. But I had to put that on hold for a bit while I worked on this one because it's a commission, so I'm painting with somebody else. So, and I don't like to keep them hanging around too much, so I like to kind of. I'm going to do it, get them done quite quickly. I'll try to anyway. But the Deathcore thing is the Deathcore Krieg one is my own stuff, and that was meant to have been up by now actually on YouTube as a as a video. But I got a bit delayed, so it will be up as a proper video going over the scheme and sort of the process and everything at some point. Not happy with that at all. That needs correcting. How do you make the figures without messing up? How do you mean make them? I think the best is. I think I might have seen them in the broadcast channel and stuff. Oh, the Deathcore of Krieg stuff. Yeah, I did. I was posting. I tried to kind of update that little broadcast channel quite a bit. So, yeah, they have been on there. They have been on that, and I'm not happy with that at all. I'm just going to need correcting. Yeah, I was actually really enjoying that as well. The painting all those infantry, all my Deathcore Krieg. But they got put to one side for a bit, so I will be back on them at some point soon. Because yeah, I was enjoying that. I really want to get them finished as well. I don't want them to be hanging about forever. I want to get a completed army out of it, and I'm determined not to have them sitting around forever. But yeah, as I said, this is a commission. I want to kind of just work on this a bit and try and get this out of the way. Again, not out of the way. It's not like it's a chore. It's just. I don't like to keep people waiting too long. And I had a second commission arrived today. It's a big one, which got sort of I showed that off a little bit in the last video earlier today, and yeah, that one's going to need some attention at some point soon. So, do we play the tabletop just mate? I mean, I haven't actually played the game for about a year now, so I'm not. I do like it. I enjoy it. I enjoy playing, but it's not something I do very often. I never really have the time. So I'm not like a And if I do play, it's all very casual. I'm not one of these like real competitive people or anything like that. I enjoy the game. It's fun. It's good fun. But I definitely this doing the painting side of it is definitely more my thing. That's what I enjoy doing. And yeah, I mean, the whole thing's kind of it's a little bit of a job as well now. It's not just a hobby. So, but yeah, the painting side of things is definitely my main thing. Yeah, such times it kill. Yeah, so I play Kill Team more. Yeah, I can see that. I can see playing Kill Team again. I bought the I did buy a Kill Team set. That first box set that came out with the Deathcore infantry and the orcs. I did buy that. I think I maybe played it once or twice and never really stuck to it. Yeah, this is kind of the painting bit is why I enjoy. That's where all my time goes. So as I said, I think I've done about half of the phases now, and I'm taking a break from that to go back and finish off these few of these little bits and pieces. So highlighting up some of these little rope bits and then I need to do all these like the teeth and stuff like that as well. And then it'll be a case of highlighting the armor, doing all the metals like the gold and stuff, and then I think we're done. So it's quite an easy scheme as well. So it's not too bad. The only thing is they are a little bit more time consuming than a normal Space Marine, just because they have all these extra little bits and pieces on them. Very nice models, though. They look great. Oh, thank you very much, and I appreciate that. Thank you. I did get a bit of feedback from their owner, so apparently he's happy with them, so which is good. Yeah, I've got this one to do, and then the big one arrived today. Which, if you didn't see the video I was on earlier, there's a Warhound Titan. So that arrived, and so I'll be starting that soon. And that again, I'll be filming that for a proper video for the channel. I think is the plan. And then another guy who I've done quite a bit of work for over the years got in touch, and I'm painting up a Marnius Calgar for him in a custom scheme. He's sending that out to me, so that's kind of coming. Well, soon. It might even arrive tomorrow, but yeah, so that'll be kind of working. Where's you terminate part of well, there's new Terminators as part of the Space Wolf ones. No, it's basically it's the it's all the stuff that was in that box. So there's like 20 of these guys, and then you got these. I think they're the headhunters, so 3 of them, and then this guy. And 3 of these which I haven't started yet, and this guy which again I haven't started because they'll be doing those last bits will be done there because they're different colours. So I'd like to see them. Oh, the term, yeah, nice models, yeah. No, this was just basically like I guess, yeah, he just got a hold of this box set, so I wanted them done up. But this is through a little, well, not a little, but a studio that I do a bit of work for, sort of part time. So I don't know the owner or anything. It's just it's a gilded skull painting here in the UK. So sort of I do a bit of work for every now and then. Just when I'm able to, and then fitting that around my real job, and then doing the YouTube stuff as well. Yeah, keeps me busy. Did you get into commission painting intentionally? Or just kind of happen? No, it was intentional. I started basically just. I mean, this was ages ago. I sort of basically started doing it on Instagram, just saying a little bit of a following there. I mean, very small at the time, and I just figured I'd give it a go because people seemed to like what I was doing. And then I used to advertise, well, not advertise, but like put the odd post up here and there on Discord for Winter's SEO. If you're aware of him, I've been on his channel doing a couple of battle reports and stuff in the past, and I like their little community they've got on their Discord and stuff there. So I jump on there every now and then, not as much as I used to, but so yeah, I started basically putting up there if anybody wanted anything done, and I met a few people through that, and did a bit of work for some people, and then I got sort of approached by this studio, and yeah, so I was just ended up doing some work there, and I did at one point get approached by Seed Studios as well, and I didn't kind of. I was kind of contemplating doing a bit of work with them, but at the time I was just too busy, and so I said I didn't go with it. I just had too much going on. Yeah, I was sort of just too busy. So I go through sort of phases with it. Sometimes I'm quite happy to take them on and stuff. It really depends on what I'm up to in my real, well, not real, like just how busy life is, because obviously, it does take time. Maybe that was tempting. Yeah, I mean, it was certainly nice. It was certainly nice to be approached by that, and I did consider it, but it was just, I don't know, just bad timing for what I was doing at the time. I just started a new job, which is where I am now still, and on top of that, I'd sort of just come out of this really busy period in my life where I'd been we were having a bit of struggle money wise, and I'd been also my job I'd been for a long time, been there for about 13 years, and I'd been working weekends, and then I'd also been a couple of evenings a week I'd been out delivering pizzas on top of that to make a bit more money, and I was painting an army for someone at the same time, and that got really delayed because I just didn't have enough time to devote to it, and it just, yeah, it was a very, very stressful period in my life. And so when they did get in touch, it's like just the idea of suddenly jumping into this other thing when I just started a new job as well. Yeah, it was too much. It was just too much to think, even contemplate doing something like that. I just thought I needed a break. I needed to stop for a while and just chill out. What's your day job? Oh, I am an engineer. I won't go into too much detail because I try to keep that and my sort of social media side of things sort of very separate. I don't know. But basically, I deal with cameras and things, um, number plate recognition and stuff like that. But I've been doing those sort of engineering service jobs for, well, forever really. 18 years now, something like that. And that's fine, you know. It's quite nice. I quite like it for the most part. I get paid, which is, you know, is the main reason. There's, I don't. It's not like a passion of mine or anything like that. I'm not one of these. I don't. It's not a job that I'm kind of completely in love with, but um, I enjoy it as much as I feel I need to, and they pay me. So there you go. And this is what I do with my spare time. Sit and do this. Um, I used to have other hobbies, believe it or not, but I don't anymore. I don't even watch TV anymore. I used to play video games. Used to have all these other avenues and stuff that I used to enjoy. Used to go and see live music all the time. Um, you know, and then you have children and you don't go out as much, and I guess I just got back into all of this stuff and I got obsessed. And this is just kind of what I do now. This is my downtime, is doing this. Have you played Space Marine 2? No, I would really like to. The reason I haven't is that I don't have an updated. I don't have a console that can run it. I've got what have I got? I've got an Xbox One X, which is like the previous generation, so I don't know how old that is now. Um, I never got around to getting one of the current ones, and I can't afford it. So I just can't. I couldn't. I mean, maybe I could, but I can't. I can't justify the money because I wouldn't use it enough. But I would really like to play Space Marine 2 because it looks great, and yeah, I quite fancy that. It does look good, but I just I just can't. I just don't want to buy a whole games console to play. There's a few other things I'd quite like to give it a go as well that I can't run on my current one, but again, I don't really use it that much anymore, so it sort of feels like it'd be a bit of a waste. I used to a lot. That was my thing, like playing video games for years. Um, and I kind of I sort of stopped doing that really when I had kids. When they first when my son turned up, um, just because of time. I used to still play when he was really little. He used to sort of sit on my lap when he was a tiny baby, or like fall asleep on my stomach. You know, and I'd sit there just playing video games. And then they get that little bit older, and obviously they demand more of your time. They're not just asleep all the time. And also because they kind of get more sort of aware of their surroundings and things. Like I don't really want to be playing like a super violent video game when they're around. You know. So I don't know. I just got sort of phased out of my life a little bit. I mean, I'll be all for getting back into it again, but I'll have a Steam Deck and can play it anyway. Yeah, see, that's not. Yeah, I mean, this is it. Make play kids with swim lessons in. Yeah, yeah, it's not bad. We've got a Switch. I've got a my well, I say we've got a Switch. I mean, my two boys are 7 and 6, and I've got a daughter as well who's much younger. But they have a Switch that they share, and That that's fun. Like just being, I do like the fact that you can kind of take that around, and the fact it's portable. It's good. I never play it. I never use it really. I mean, I have done occasionally, but it's theirs, so it's not really. But yeah, the fact you can take it around with is great. They use it a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If I think I was thinking about this the other day. If I don't get one of the current consoles, um, you know, an Xbox Series, whatever, or a PlayStation 5, if I don't get one, and then when the next one comes along, it'll be the first sort of generation of consoles that where I didn't have one. I had an Atari 2600 when I was a kid, when I was tiny, and then I had an NES and a Mega Drive. I've had one of every single generation as it's gone through, right from an Atari 2600. And if I miss this one, that'll be the first sort of generation of consoles where I didn't get one. And I think that's probably going to happen because that's the other thing as well. If I kind of feel like I've missed the boat on that on those ones now, because if I buy one now, inevitably within a relatively short space of time, the newer one will come out, and it'll be kind of redundant. So it's kind of seems a bit pointless buying it really. You should try to see like handheld Breath. Yeah, Breath of the Wild. I quite fancy giving that a go. That's meant to be really good, isn't it? I've got the console. It's there. I've got a Switch, so I could get it. And I don't know. Would I use it enough? I don't know. I don't know. As I said, it's this sitting here doing this. This has become my obsession. I think we announced a new handheld. I did see that they had a handheld, but isn't it like it's just the software on it is theirs and or Microsoft or whatever, and they've not. It's like a third party thing. Someone else's. There's a different company that's actually the hardware. I don't know. I seem to. I definitely saw something about that, but yeah. Again, it's always money as well. It's just money, money, money. I can't afford to buy these things at the moment. There's always other things, other more important stuff, you know. The Steam and all sorts of things. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, well, maybe. No, it depends what. Yeah, it depends. It depends. I could certainly consider it. I could certainly, not ruling it out entirely. So yeah, anyway, at the moment, I'm just kind of, this is just a few little quick highlights on the a few of the leather bits and pieces, and um, I've done the majority of it already, but there's just a few bits that need sort of picking up. I've got a list written here on a bit of paper that's stuck to the wall. That I This is what I tend to do when I'm working on big things like this. So I sort of keep track of what needs doing and what doesn't. So I'm running a little bit behind because last night it was well the last couple of days really. It's been too hot, so I just decided I sort of gave up a bit and couldn't keep going. What army do you play? When I play, I tend to use my Necrons because they're sort of like my gaming army, if that makes sense. They're the ones that I know how to use them, like rules wise, reasonably well. I'm not, I'm not an expert, I think, but I know how to. I know the rules and stuff. Reasonably, I reasonably understand how to use them. So, but yeah, that and also they're the one that I've got the most stuff for, the most sort of varied bits for. Um, so yeah, so you've got actually got like a bit of a choice about what to use and stuff, you know. So they're my gaming one, I think, really. Um, I have got I was kind of in the process. I'm in the process of doing a Gene Stealer cult army at the moment as well, which I wanted to do the same thing with, but they're not they're not sort of ready yet. I mean, I've painted everything I've got. It's just that there needs you need a lot of stuff, you know, for that army to actually use them. So they need to got all the infantry done, but need to do all the need to get some need to get some vehicles and some other bits and pieces. Um, I've got Tyranids as well. They're probably in a reasonably good state to actually use them in the game. I've got too much stuff, really. If I'm honest. And I'm trying to get this Deathcore Krieg army up and running as well. I'm working through them. They'll be that will be a proper gaming army, not just like a little collection to stick on a shelf. They'll one that's I'm painting that as an army. You know, it's like um, I bought it all sort of in one. Well, all the infantry. Not I haven't got any of the tanks or vehicles and stuff, but I've got all the infantry. It's like 100. Well, all for now anyway. It's like 100 odd infantry models I'm working through. That will be proper. Like I'm building that specifically to be used for games. It's not just like a few little bits here and there. As I said, I don't really play very often. I'd like to more. I did actually find a group of people who live in my area that I have met up with once, kind of for a drink and stuff, and who yeah, they've got like a little gaming group and stuff. But again, it's finding time. They've got to met up like a few times since, but it's sort of on Saturdays, which is difficult for me because my wife works Saturdays, so I'm kind of I'm at home with the kids. So yeah. Anyway, it's all good. I will get some more games in at some point. It's just at the moment I haven't done it. So, do you reckon you're doing more Spectral Wolves? Yes, I will at some point. I will be adding to my Spectral Wolves, my Space Marine army. They are done in terms of everything that I've got at the moment, anyway. I think, but I've sort of again put them on hold because I'm sure I said this in those videos that I was when I was sort of when was that? Was that late last year that I kind of put those little tutorials and stuff up? And they are very time consuming. They're taking a very long time for me to get through them. So I have to be in the right sort of frame of mind to actually work on them. Don't forget to drop that in the channel when you do. Yeah, I will. I will absolutely. I will at some point. I will get some. I will. You know. It happens a lot. You know. I've got. I mean. I've got a real bug to paint up another 5 Terminators for them, and I was. The only thing is, it's like, what do I do with that in terms of filming it? A few people have asked me to kind of do stuff, but it's like if I did a video, what would it be? don't know, because I've kind of gone over the scheme. I'm actually painting it like as a tutorial. I don't know what I would do with it. I suppose I could just do like a, I don't know, like an update thing. Maybe just get all of them out on the desk or on a table and kind of show them all, you know. I suppose I could do a character model, yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, at some point they'll release another wave of marine stuff because they always do. So maybe there'll be like a nice sort of generic character model that comes out that I could do. That might be quite fun. But it's all been very much you know, this stuff, you know, like for chapters, very chapter specific stuff recently. So, and also I just haven't been buying anything for myself. I bought all the guard stuff, and I want to work through that first. But yeah, maybe that's not a bad idea. Maybe I could just, you know, find a character model and do a video on that. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I mean, I enjoy working on it. I just need to be in the right place in my head to sit and do it. Right, I think I'm calling that all of the rope, the leather and stuff highlighted. So scratch that off the wall. That's done. Show you this if you like. This is a list. So the idea was break these up into these little boxes, and that's one day or one night, one evening, 3 evenings for the faces, and then work at these guys afterwards. I'm not sure if this time frame is actually going to work, but we'll see. We'll see. I always do that though. I always kind of make a list and then stick it on the wall, and that way I can kind of you know, tick them off as I go, and that way I'm keeping track of what I've got, what I haven't done, and what needs doing, and then I'll try as well to kind of put it into order of which order I need to do it in. Just keeps it more efficient. Snow bases on these guys, yes, I believe he wants sort of like grey, like rubble, you know, like sort of yeah, sort of rocky grey sort of stones and stuff, and then patches of snow and things on there as well. Yeah, so that's the plan. I'll worry about all of that at the end. Yeah, Spaceballs, you've got to do snow base, haven't you? It wouldn't be right if you did them all in you know, like a desert or something like that. Got to be snow bases. Now I did do a shade. I'm sort of doing a few highlights now on these, all like these little the teeth and things that are sort of dotted around them. I did do a shade on these, but I think I've thinned it far too much because it's really not showing up enough. It's just not. There's not enough contrast on those as well. So I think I'm going to have to redo that. But I'm going to give them a quick highlight first, and then go back to it and blend them a little bit. Probably going a bit overboard really for what this is, but these little details like this just kind of do help to finish things off. Yeah, this is very quick. I'm just kind of doing this. I'll go back in, put a shade over the top, and then kind of redo those highlights again, just to kind of so they blend a bit more, sort of glaze over the top of it, and probably a bit too much time spent on this, but it'll be worth it. I feel bad that I'm not putting these on my stand and I'm actually holding the model while I'm going to rub some of the paint off. It should be alright because they've got a varnish on them, but bad practice. Yeah, going back to those, yeah, like potentially doing going back to doing a video on my Marines again, doing the spectral wolf stuff. If there is anything in particular you would like me to do or to see, then feel free to let me know. I'm always happy to take ideas on. I tend the videos that I make on the channel, I do tend to kind of be, it's what I was going to be doing anyway, because it's what I was sort of wanted to work on or whatever. I don't like, I try not to, you know, make a video just for the sake of making a video, you know. Doesn't seem like the most sort of honest way of doing it. I'm not honest, but like, I don't know. It's kind of, I want to enjoy what I'm doing. It's usually what I'm going to film it and do all of that. It might as well be something I was actually enjoying. Yeah, I would like to do something else with my Marines. It's been a while. I've got a couple of them here actually. They're sat on my shelf. There you go. There's one of them. I think that's the first one that I did for the Terminators anyway. I do love these. I'd say they've got a real bug to get another another 5 of these and make them up into a 10-man. Sorry, they're a bit dusty actually. I need to get like a proper cabinet, big container to go on top of the shelf for them, but yeah, that's for now. Yeah, cheers, man. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Did it take long to come up with the colours? Yeah, they were a bit of a slot. Well, I'll tell you what, actually, saying that, give me 2 seconds. I mean, literally like 20 seconds. I'll be back. 1 minute. I'll get something to show you. So earlier on today, I was playing in the playroom with my daughter, and we got a little box out that's been on the shelf for ages. And a while back, I gave my son like a load of Marines and a few other bits and bobs, like some sort of things I've done as test models. So this I found in that box this afternoon. He's very scratched up because he's been in a box. He's been played with by some small children for a good few years. This is the first one that I did. So this is the first. This was the test model for the Spectral Wolves. He's got a blood angel thing on there because I hadn't worked that out yet. That was just kind of just a general, just to put something on there so there's some color. And as you can see, it's one of those push fit ones with the blue plastic. But that was the test. So it's very, it's not the highlights are very different now. They're not as, they're much cleaner. And what color? What the main armor? So it is it's Inky by Darkness, but it's got I think this one's got a full like wash over the top of black, and then it sort of layered back on. I think I did this before I had an airbrush. But yeah, those highlights, it's difficult to see because some of that's highlight and some of that is where the blue plastic is coming through on the edges. It's kind of difficult to tell. But they're not as neat, and the colors aren't quite right. But yeah, that was basically the test. That's what I was working on at the time. And yeah, sorry, that base color, yeah, it's Inky by Darkness. But as I say, it had a full wash of like black wash over the top, and then layered back on over the top of with the Inky by Darkness. So yeah, it's very rough, but it's quite nice finding that. It's kind of, I don't know, I'll show you. Look, there you go. So there's a bit of dust off him. So that's the very first one, and that's one of the sort of how they look now. So bit of an improvement, I think, anyway. So, but that's also a few years of improvements in terms of my painting. So, and the colors, it's just very different. You can really see it now. But it's quite nice, yeah, finding that. I was quite pleased that I found him. I will keep him. So he's been battered about in a box for a while. He can sit on the little shelf over here with all the other ones, all my little tests. Yeah, very dusty. There's probably stuff out. That was another test. This was another. I did this. This was filmed actually, or I did this scheme that was filmed for Blood Angel things. I had a bit of a bug. But again, they're very dusty because they've been sitting on my shelf for ages. I was sitting on my I had a thing at one point. I was going to do Blood Angels. I was trying to work out a nice, really quick scheme, so I never did that. Right, where was I? Sorry about that. So yeah, this is just, as I said, this is just going to be, it's very rough, just, well, not rough, but quick, like very quick highlight. I'll go back, wash over this, and then layer it back in with some slightly lighter colours, and just get these teeth and things, little details to pick out a little bit more. And then once that's done, it is highlighting the armour, highlighting the black, metals, gold, and then we're done. Which is still quite a bit, but it won't take that long. I reckon maybe another week. Maybe less, it depends. But yeah, I'd like to have this done within the next sort of 10 days anyway. Because I've got other things I'd like to be doing. So I've got a big commission that's arrived today, so I want to get that started, and I want to get the video filmed for the deathcore thing. That needs to be finished because I'm halfway through filming that, and then I put that on hold for a little bit. So I want to get that done. And, yeah. But they're doing all right. They're not too far from finished now. Don't think it needs. I think they need like an oil wash and then some highlights and stuff. But again, I spent ages getting that, or trying to get that scheme down, just kind of so they were quick, because you don't want to do a guard army where each individual takes forever. It's too many, you'll never finish it. Yeah, that the oh, he hasn't got any on him. So I had that deathcore stuff. I knew in my head what I wanted to do with it. I had a rough idea of what I want them to look like, and I was trying to work out sort of a scheme for it and some colors and things. And then if you're aware of, which I'm sure you should be if you're not, but Cult of Paint, which wonderful YouTube channel, um, my favorite anyway, hobby related channel. They put up a video of going over a really nice deathcore of Krieg scheme, and it was pretty much exactly what I wanted to do. It just happened to be it was just what I wanted. Yeah, so I sort of borrowed their scheme and modified it a little bit, so because it wasn't exactly right, I wanted them to be slightly different colors and things, but it's sort of, it takes that scheme and their sort of tutorial thing as an inspiration, and kind of I've modified it to fit what I wanted. So it was a nice starting point anyway, but I wanted a few bits to be sort of some slightly different, so different colors and things, but it works really nicely. It's fast as well. And get through, as I said, I'm working on 50 of them at once, so it worked. Yeah, I was quite pleased with that. I painted all at once for speed. Yes, yes. Speed, definitely. If you want to get through these things quickly, then doing this and doing batch painting like this is the way to go. This is how you'll get through them faster. It can be incredibly what's the word? Not difficult. It's not the right word, but like draining after a while if you're not enjoying it. Which is why, if you're going to do it, if you are going to do like batch painting like this, you've got to make sure that whatever it is you're doing, the scheme you're doing, is something you enjoy and is doable within like a short period of time. You know, so working at that scheme exactly, exactly what you're going to be doing with it. Do some tests and get it all worked out before you actually start, because yeah, this is all worked out like to be as quick as possible doing these, but still have it be something that I'm proud of when it's done. But yeah, doing this and basically just working through each bit one at a time, on each one as you go, rather than trying to finish one and then starting the next one. This is definitely the fastest way to do it. But again, it really depends on on what you're working on, and what the scheme is, and it's not for everyone, and it can be quite a difficult thing to do. As this scheme is quite forgiving, it's not been too bad. And as I said, I've actually genuinely really enjoyed this one. It's been a pleasure to work on to this point. The only bit I kind of faltered a little bit and kind of got a bit disillusioned with the whole thing was when I was doing the oil wash on it, and it just kind of wasn't really working how I wanted it to. But it worked out fine in the end. It was fine. And it also helps that the airbrush sort of does a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of the getting the highlights and stuff on. I mean, this will be edge highlight as well, but being able to kind of have the you get that nice nice gradient of color. I don't know how much it shows up on the camera, but there's a real variation between the light, where you can see it a bit more there, like how dark it is, and then it's much lighter, and it stands out quite nicely. So it means you don't have to go quite as mad with the highlights, with the edge highlights anyway, to get the definition. So again, it's all like I'd kind of worked out what I was going to do before I started, so to make sure it was going to be time efficient. There's the other thing as well is that if you're doing it for a commission, you want it to look good and you want it to be something you're proud of, but you also have to balance it, because there's no point in it taking so long that you could earn more money, doing working somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I used to do, as a side thing, I used to deliver pizzas to get a bit of extra money when we were a bit short a few years ago. And if you're gonna do something, if painting for somebody else isn't making sense time wise, you may as well just go and get a little part-time job doing something else. So it's a bit of a balancing act. I do enjoy it. I do like doing it. I like doing I like it. I like painting for other people. It's nice. It's great practice as well, because you always end up doing something you wouldn't normally do yourself. So you get to try out all sorts of different things, and yeah, it's good. For the most part. I mean, because sometimes you might end up doing something you just don't enjoy. I took on a Thousand Suns army. Was that last year or the year before? I can't remember now. No, that was from the same studio that I'm doing this for, and I did not enjoy that. I did it, and I was happy with the way it looked at the end. It was fine. It wasn't like I was sort of unhappy with the result. The their owner, I believe, like was very happy with them, and that was all good, and that was fine. But I didn't enjoy doing it. Um, if you've ever painted Thousand Suns, just no, it's like doing like the classics of blue and gold, and I did not enjoy it. Horrible. Nice models, lovely models, but absolute nightmare to paint. I found anyway. I'm sure, maybe I'm sure lots of other people really enjoyed them or whatever, had a good time doing it. I would never willingly do that again. I don't think. Magnus was fun. I painted Magnus as part of that as well, and that was good. I enjoyed that bit. That was good. Big big character model, um, you know, Primark model, and that was fun. But yeah, all the infantry, no, horrible. Because the thing is, I don't think I've seen I've seen a few people like put like videos up on like a quick easy way of doing Thousand Suns, like that, and it's a lie. You can't do that quickly. Doesn't there? If anyone tells you they've got a magic way of doing Thousand Suns that, and in terms of actually like copying the box art, then yeah, they're lying. I don't think you can do that quickly. I did while I was doing them. I did kind of have a. I did as an initial thing. I did get the basic scheme down as, and that was okay. But it was kind of like they were sprayed gold first, and then blocked in the blue with a contrast paint, the blue contrast paint as a base for the blue, and that if I wanted to go with like just a metallic blue rather than the kind of the traditional blue sort of then yeah, you could do that. You could do that quite quickly. And if I was going to do it again, that probably, and it looked quite good actually. I quite like the way it looked, but that wasn't the brief. The brief was doing them the classic sort of box art. So that means then at some point you've either got to block in all the blue, or you start with blue and then you want to do all the trim and then do all the highlights on top of that as well. So there isn't a fast way of doing them. Yeah, I think I would avoid doing them again if I could. Although, if that's what someone wants, then that's fair enough. But I think, yeah, but it's definitely the only I think it's the only painting project I've ever done that I didn't enjoy. Like I genuinely just didn't want to do it and didn't enjoy it, and it was a chore, and um, I didn't enjoy. I was happy with the result when it was done, but I was also happy to sort of see the back of them. So apologies. I hope I don't sound too negative. I don't like moaning. Try not to. Anyway, yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks for sort of jumping on here and giving me company. And I hope that the sound is okay, because as I said, I sort of did another stream earlier, and I'm using a new microphone, and I'm sort of testing it at the moment. So I'm hoping it's all coming through okay. That it sounds all right. And I know this looks like I'm sort of rushing a little bit, but this is just to kind of get that those areas shaded, and they'll be touched up and tidied. It also makes sense when it's done anyway. Sounds a bit quiet, but fine on a laptop with biggest phone. Both of oh, okay. Tell you what, let me try moving this if this makes a difference. Is that any better? Microphone's a little bit closer to me now. I don't know if that's any help. I said I'm still sort of getting used to this. It's I'm used to using just the internal microphone that's sort of built in. That's louder. Is that better? Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll leave it there then. Good. Good. Thank you. Yeah, because at the moment, up until now, I've always just used the internal mic, one that's sort of built in. But then I found, the sound quality wasn't always as good as it could be, and it picked up basically everything in the room. So if there's any sort of background noise, it sort of picked everything up, and I thought I'd treat myself to an external one. It's nothing fancy or anything. It's just it's an improvement though. I think I was giving it some. I was sort of testing it out yesterday, and it certainly seems better. But it's difficult because I can't hear what you're hearing. Right, we can't tick that off yet because those highlights need doing again. So I'm going to, while I wait for that to dry, I will start on, it's got to be done at some point. Start on some of the edge highlights on the armor. I've done 2 of them out of the, was it 25? I can show you actually. Where is he? This one. So he's had the edge highlight versus this one that hasn't. I think if you wanted to just keep it simple with this scheme, you could just leave it at that and not bother with it, because the sort of the airbrush highlights have done a lot of it for me. But I think it just helps to finish them off a little bit. So yeah, so I've done 2 of them. 2 of them have had that highlight done, and the rest haven't. So I might as well make a start on that while we're waiting for those washes to dry while I'm not doing anything. But this is not like my Marines. I'm not doing it like that. I'm not going. I'm not hitting every single edge. This is kind of just, I'm just hitting the most prominent. And then there'll be a second layer of this after that as well. Yeah, sorry. I just sometimes go a bit quiet when I'm doing these bits that I'm sort of concentrating on. It's not the best paint, this one, I have to say. I like the result, but it's a bit fiddly to use. It's a bit, it can be a bit like chalky, you know? You get that sometimes with lighter colours. You have to be quite careful. But yeah, as I said, the airbrush pilot's kind of doing a lot of the work. So it's going to be more about hitting the those most prominent bits and leaving some of it in more in shadow and stuff. It'll just make it all look a bit nicer on the table when this bit's done. Oh, sorry, I'm not sure that buzzed or anything. My wife just texted me. She's on her way home. Been at Wimbledon all day. That's her big sort of one of the big loves is tennis. So she tries to go every year if she can. So I think she left. I haven't seen her all day. I think she left at about 4:30 this morning to get down there and get in the queue to get a ticket. That's a lot of fun to me personally, but there you go. She enjoys it. But yeah, it's been nice. I had quite a nice day. Been at home, hang out with my daughter, and did all the school run and all that stuff, all that fun stuff. Pete's been at work, I have to say. But yeah, hopefully you can start to see that a little bit now. Still just getting those edges and it's all, getting some of those details out. I'm trying to keep them quite clean. I don't want. I did ask the question about whether they wanted kind of all, a bit of chipping and stuff, and but yeah, I wanted them quite clean and stuff, so that's what we're going with. I think it suits them on these. These they're nice and bright and as I said, it's kind of. I'm trying, I'm not going to go all the way around there. I'm just going to try and keep just the most raised areas, the most prominent bits, just to kind of give it a little bit of shadow and stuff, and make it look a bit more dynamic. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you can see that very well or not, but hopefully it's coming through okay. I'm going to just dry so quickly, this paint. Light colours. Also, I mean, it is quite warm here still, so that's not helping. Right, what time is it? 9:30. Right, I'm going to give myself a few more minutes, and then I'm probably going to call it a day. Give myself a bit of a break. Got quite a bit done today, all things considered. Just kind of around doing all the dad stuff, you know. But I'll pick it up again tomorrow. Okay, right. I'm definitely flagging at this point. But yeah, if you can see that now, that's kind of the difference that that edge highlights that's gonna make. And yeah, we've got got some good progress today. We've got quite a bit done, mainly on the faces and stuff. I mean, we've sort of got like 3 or 4 of these faces done this afternoon, and done a few of the details and stuff. And we picked up a few of the bits and pieces. I'm happy with them. I think they're coming along really nicely. Lovely models as well. I mean, generally really nice. Um, yeah, it's been fun. Good project. But yes, I'm going to call it a day for the time being. So thanks very much for joining. And I do apologise if you suddenly just jumped on and now I'm leaving. But yeah, it's getting to that point of the night where I'm flagging a little bit. So I might jump on back later. But yeah, anyway, look, I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. I will get some sort of the proper long form videos up at some point. They are kind of in the works at the moment. I just kind of yeah, just one of those things, just a bit busy. So I will get them up. So I do appreciate your time. So thank you so much for coming on, keeping me company. It's been nice having a chat. And yeah, I'll try and get another one of these up, or try and do another live at some point relatively soon. Because yeah, I do enjoy doing these. It's just it's difficult. It's difficult because yeah, it's fine. It's when it's sort of when it's quiet enough in the house, kind of actually sit and do it and be able to talk and not just have loads of background noise and you know that sort of thing. So yes, I will try and do this a little bit more often because it is nice. It's nice to kind of talk to you all. But anyway, I'll leave you all guys to it. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, and yeah, thank you so much. And I will catch up with you all soon. Thank you. See you soon. Bye.